All right, we're going to demonstrate now how to pull off the starter clutch gear off the end of the main shaft. As you can see, I've removed the nut and lock tab. This gear is a taper fit with a Woodruff key. So you need a puller to pull that gear off. Now there's a couple different pullers that you can get. There's one that's made for occasional use, maybe one or two a year. I like using the Jim's tool. It's very robust. It works perfect. It's not cheap. But if you're going to be doing a lot of transmissions, that's the only tool to use. So again, the tool is a couple of different pieces. I'm going to set my camera up here. And we will demonstrate now how to use the tool. As you can see, the tool has a lip on one end. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be inserting that lip between these two gears. So we're simply going to push it on and lock it in between the two gears, like so. And then we will insert the other side of the gear. So now both of them are in between the starter clutch gear and the starter clutch spring-loaded gear itself. After that, we're going to slide on this retaining ring, which keeps both of these gears together. Next, we're going to put in the pulling tool. I'm turning the shaft out a little bit, and I'm going to insert one of these screws into this hole through the puller assembly. Initially, I'm going to put it in just finger tight. I'm going to readjust my camera. And now we're going to put in the second screw into the other hole. Again, finger tight. And I'm going to move this around as I extend this shaft into the end of the main shaft to make sure it's centered. Right there. I'm going to tighten these up. Just finger tight is fine. Now what you want to do before you pull this off is all of your transmission gears are going to turn. So what we want to do is we want to lock the shifter clutches. We want to engage them into two of the gears so the transmission is locked, if you will. So again, we're going to engage two shifter clutches into the gears so the transmission assembly is locked. I'm going to go back to what we have now. We have the tool on, the ring over both halves. We have these screws tightened, and we have this shaft right now tight against the end of the main shaft. So now simply we're going to be taking our 3/4 inch socket. I'm going to hold this assembly and I'm going to turn the puller in. And you can feel it pull off. So there we have it. And there's the gear. So I'm going to turn the camera around a little bit. Pull off the end of my tool. Pull the halves apart. There is our shifter clutch gear. And as you can see, well, this is a good one. This is good. This is not pre-staged. So if we look at the Woodruff key, look how smashed it is. That is not how it should be going on. So this was installed incorrectly. And again, I'm glad I didn't pre-stage this. So this is just one of the weird things that you do find. This, again, should not be deformed like it is. So there you have it. So that's how you remove the starter clutch gear. So what's left, this will slide right off. And then the spring will come right off. This assembly will continue by removing the 4 screws here that hold the retaining plate in. I've got the counter shaft nut removed, so I can push the counter shaft out and then lift the assembly out and remove all the main shaft components. But the main purpose of this video was to show you how to remove the starter clutch gear. And I also was able to demonstrate something that should not have been the deformed keyway. That's it. Over and out for now.